meeting to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Cicchini?
Here.
Mrs. Cooper Trinidad is not here. Mrs. Deli? Here. Mrs. Malachite is not here. Mrs. Simmons? Here. Mrs. Tortorella? Here. Mrs. Whitty?
Here.
Mrs. LaBarry? Here. Mr. Gagsby?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Would you please join me in the flags? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Sussex-Wantage Regional School District Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the school building and notice of said meeting sent to the New Jersey Herald and the Star Ledger.
The Sussex-Wantage Regional School District is a responsive, caring, child-centered community. Our mission is to educate each individual to become a confident, competent, lifelong learner and productive, responsible citizen by providing challenging opportunities in a safe environment through a partnership of families, schools, and communities.
Thank you, Mrs. Whitty. At this time, we will move on to the report of the superintendent of schools.
Thank you, Mr. D'Agostino. I'd like to invite Mr. Schwartz up for the students of the month.
Thank you.
Oh.
Good evening, Mr. Gall, Mr. D'Agostino, members of our board, and members in our audience tonight. Tonight, our students of the month have come highly recommended by their teachers and demonstrate many of the values that we hold in high regard within our school. These values include respect, responsibility, effort, and empathy. As I present each student with their certificate this evening, you will see clearly how they demonstrate these values and all that they add to our school community. In 6th grade, student of the month is Anthony Vicanti. Anthony stated that his favorite subject area is social studies. Anthony really enjoys his teacher and all the opportunities that they have to learn about history of our country. While Anthony is not exactly sure what career path he will venture down, he has a strong skill set with math and money. So a career in this arena might be a path that he follows. It comes as no surprise that Anthony participated in our Treps Marketplace this year, where he was able to put these skills into action. In addition, Anthony is a big movie fan and can be found watching a good movie during his downtime. Anthony's teacher stated the following when recommending him for Student of the Month. Anthony is a kind and caring student. Anthony gives 100% all of the time. Anthony is always willing to help others and is well deserving of Student of the Month. It is with great pride that I introduce Anthony as the 6th grade Student of the Month.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Keep up the good work. In 7th grade, our Student of the Month is Lucy Osborne. Lucy's teacher stated the following when nominating her. Lucy is a wonderful young lady who has demonstrated both this year and last her work ethic in class. She participates in classes enthusiastically, is polite and respectful towards teachers, staff, and her peers. Lucy always shows a great deal of effort in her assignments and completing them on time with a can-do attitude. While Lucy hopes to become a neurologist someday, here at SMS, Lucy has a passion for writing, where she takes a particular fondness for her teacher. Lucy explained that she has always enjoyed being able to express herself through writing and looks forward to this class for the remainder of the year. Here at SMS, Lucy is part of our cheer squad, where she enjoys practicing routines, spending time with her friends, and cheering on our basketball squads. I can say that we are all excited to see what Lucy will accomplish during her 7th and 8th grade years at SMS. It is with great pride that I introduce Lucy as the 7th grade Student of the Month. In 8th grade, our Student of the Month recipient is Oliver Sabizma. When I sat with Oliver, he told me that his favorite class was science. Oliver stated that he enjoys all of the lessons and activities that he gets to participate in during the class and has truly enjoyed his experience with his teacher this year. When asked what career path he might like to pursue when he gets older, Oliver indicated he would like to become a fashion designer. The ability to explore his creative side through designing and making clothes is something that Oliver believes he could enjoy for a long time to come. Oliver has many different interests and is truly a well-rounded student. In his free time, Oliver can be found with a soccer ball or a good book and looks forward to High Point, where he is excited about following all of his passions. Oliver's teacher stated the following: Oliver is a quiet young man, but one who completes his work and contributes insight into many of our discussions in class. Oliver works well with his peers and is always respectful and empathetic. His small acts of kindness and respect are noticed each and every day. He holds the door for his fellow classmates, is always polite to his teachers, and is a pleasure to have in class. It is with great pride that I introduce Oliver as 8th grade student.
Congratulations again to all the recipients. We always encourage you to stay for the full meeting. If you didn't want to, now would be an opportune time to leave. Happy and healthy holiday season. Just to report out on some district happenings, we hosted the annual holiday tree lighting and book fair. It was very successful. Thank you to everybody who helped make that a successful event, namely Mrs. Stevenson and Mrs. Barbieri, who continue to do it every year. Our policy committee met. For the board's consideration, there's some updates to our HIV policy and our head lice policy. And just want to make the board aware and community aware throughout all of our conversations about busing and transportation. One of the things that I've talked to the board about is a way to potentially enhance our busing units, and that's this device that I located on the internet. So, it attaches to the stop sign, and when the stop sign comes out, this arm would come out with LEDs. So specifically for trying to enhance kids walking over the yellow line of a heavily trafficked road. So, long story short, the company advanced me this device. There's a lot of bureaucracy in between me getting it and putting it on a bus. So, Motor Vehicle Commission has to come out and inspect it. So, you have to put it on the bus right before they come. Our inspection is like mid to late January. And then I'd like to pilot it on a bus, get some feedback from our bus drivers and transportation. The device is approximately $500 or $600, and the install is about $100 more. So it's something potentially, if the feedback of the piloting comes back positive, we may consider to add, on an incremental basis to buses going into the budgeting process. There's also some bureaucracy with, we own a certain number of vehicles, we work with transportation providers, so we'd have to handle that with them too and get their approval. So we're in the process of doing all those things. I don't know if anybody had any questions about that. That's all I have. Thanks. And I want to wish everybody a happy and healthy holiday season.
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Gall. At this time, we'll move on to the audience remarks. Members of the audience are invited to make brief comments about items on this agenda and matters of interest to the district. Are there any audience remarks? Yes.
I wasn't planning on speaking or anything, but I just wanted to say, I know Mr. Gall and I, Lisa Fernfeld, SWEA president, we spoke about item number 6, and just before you approve it, I just want to make sure it's corrected, because I believe it was corrected online, but this paper copy says full-time equivalent for TA. But I believe you did correct it online, So before
I'll
you
make a note
approve
of that.
yeah, before you approve that, just if you could just
So for the
strike where it
folks,
says full-time equivalent.
Yeah, we're gonna strike the term full-time equivalent. We don't want anyone to be led to the notion of,
That's a
yeah,
full-time being
there's
hired.
a certain number of specific pre-K full-time TAs that are potentially being converted tonight. That is not one of them. So on number 6, if you have that full-time equivalent, we're striking that term.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other audience remarks? Seeing none, we'll move on to board secretary certification, please.
Pursuant to NJAC 6A 23A-16.10C3, I certify that as of November 30th, 2023, no line item account has encumbrances and expenditures which in total exceed the line item appropriation in violation of NJAC 6A 23A-16.10A.
Thank you, Mrs. Riker. We'll move on to the approval of board minutes for November 16th, 2023 special and executive session, and November 30th, 2023 regular and executive session. Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you. Any discussion on the approval of board minutes? Seeing none, roll call please.
Mrs. O'Barry?
Yes.
Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Chacchini?
Yes.
Mrs. Deli?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Minutes are approved.
We have no need for executive session on agenda items, so we'll move on to the presentation of agenda items.
Thank you. Under personnel, I'd like to move items 1 through 19.
Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Again, just noting, what is that, number 6, Mr. Bell?
Number
Is this
6.
on the addendum or-
6 on the regular agenda, I'm striking the term full-time equivalent. Yeah, I think it must be in the audience copy. Yeah. So just for noted, if you have it on your agenda, full-time equivalent struck.
Any other discussion? Roll call please.
Mrs. O'Barry?
Yes.
Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Chacchini?
Yes.
Mrs. Deli?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under policy, I'd like to move items 1 and 2.
Thank you for a motion.
I motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion on policy? Roll call please.
Mrs. Deli? Yes. Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Chacchini?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Barry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under finance, I'd like to move items 1 through 21.
Looking for a motion.
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on finance? Roll call please.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Chacchini?
Yes.
Mrs. Deli? Yes. Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Barry? Yes. Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under special services, I'd like to move items 1 through 7.
I motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? Roll call please.
Mrs. Deli? Yes. Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Chacchini?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons? Yes. Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Barry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under curriculum, I'd like to move item number 1.
Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion on curriculum? Roll call please.
Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons? Yes. Mrs. Chacchini?
Yes.
Mrs. Deli?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Barry? Yes. Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Referring to the addendum, under personnel, I'd like to move items 1 through 14.
Looking for a motion.
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mrs. O'Barry? Yes. Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Chacchini?
Yes.
Mrs. Deli? Yes. Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Referring to the addendum under policy, I'd like to move items 1 through 4. Noting for number 4, under the section qualification in parentheses and striking the term teacher assistant.
Thank you. Is there any motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
I'm sorry, any discussion?
Yeah, what did you just say about number 4?
So under qualification in parentheses in the italicized language where the asterisk it says teacher assistants, that passage should refer to just paraprofessional. So I'm taking out the
Oh,
term.
in the actual, right, not on
We don't have paraprofessional
right, yes, but not on this paper.
on the attachment.
Right, okay. I have another thing too. I don't have a copy of items number 1 on that. I wish I didn't see one.
Okay, so you want to abstain?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else got their copies. I'm sitting in my-
Refer to HIV investigation.
I don't see them in the papers here tonight.
It's also for first review, so you have a second opportunity.
Oh, are they in there? I'm gonna-
It's under there.
You haven't had a chance to review them, that's okay.
I think she did. They are in here, you're right, yep.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Simmons? Yes. Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Chikini?
Yes.
Mrs. Deli? Yes. Mrs. Whitty?
I'm gonna abstain from number 1, and yes to the rest.
Mrs. O'Barry? Yes. Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carried.
On the addendum under special services, I'd like to move items 1 and 2.
Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Deli? Yes. Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Chikini?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons? Yes. Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Barry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And on the addendum under curriculum, I'd like to move item number 1.
Is there a motion for curriculum?
I'll motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. O'Barry?
Yes.
Mrs. Deli? Yes. Mrs. Chikini?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons? Yes. Mrs. Tortorella?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carried.
At this time, we will move on to unfinished business. Does anyone on the board have any unfinished business they would like to discuss? Seeing none, I think I brought it up last meeting. I'd just like to personally say, happy to approve officially the contract with SWIA, SWIA and the board. Thank you for SWIA's support in ratifying that as well. And looking forward to putting that negotiation behind us and having a great 3 years together moving forward for the district. So again, just want to highlight certainly that agreement and the contract. And that's all I have for unfinished. So unless anyone else has any other unfinished, I'll move on to new business. Does anyone have any new business?
I do.
Great.
Can we possibly make, our reorg meeting is January 4th, which is Thursday? Normally it's at 7 o'clock. Would we be able to make that at 6 o'clock this year?
Yeah, would you?
Yeah, so long as there's no conflict with the other one, I think that the other district, is it 7?
Yeah, Lafayette's at 7. I
Yeah,
believe.
so I'm personally, I'm fine, superintendent's not necessarily involved with reorg, but.
Right. Well, the one township
And
does
one
it at
township's
7
at 7
o'clock
as well,
also,
too.
so. I
Do we
mean,
have to
generally it's a quick meeting, so.
Do we have to advertise for that, Mrs. Riker?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's already been advertised for seven, so we have to then.
Move it up an hour. Okay. That should be, usually it's 10 minutes. So.
Yeah,
Great.
just to do a quick vote to authorize the time change. We
Sure.
don't have to do it via special meeting.
we do roll call or all in favor?
Special meeting.
Mr. Russ, should we do all in favor or roll call? Should we do it?
I can take a roll.
Okay, we'll just do a roll call to move our reorg meeting to 6 p.m. on January 4th. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. And I will second.
Alright.
Any discussion? Alright, roll call please.
Mrs. Reddy,
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino,
Yes.
Ms. Chacchini,
Yes.
Mrs. Deli.
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons,
Yes.
Mrs. Tortorella.
Yeah.
Mrs. O'Barry,
Yes.
motion carries.
Any other new business?
Not new business, but maybe starting the new year, we have to maybe want to have one of these addendums, so we can read them before that.
Yeah, we talked about trying to, I'm not a fan of them either. It's some of the things we've done recently related to pre-K and contracts and things like that, it's unavoidable to try to get those accomplished. But I'm a fan of not doing addendums. You know, I have to turn to another page, I have to read it, I have to say referring to the addendum.
I have
It's
to
a
do
big
it,
deal.
you know, I can't see these in here and Taylor has to tell me they're there.
That's what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm in agreement. If we cannot do addendums, we're happy to accommodate.
Any other new business? Alright, seeing none, we will move on to audience remarks. Members of the audience are invited to make brief comments about items on this agenda and matters of interest to the district. Are there any audience remarks?
Hi, Lisa Farrenfeld, SWIA president, and I just wanted to thank the board for approving the contract tonight. And I just wanted to take the time to wish everybody a happy holiday and looking forward to the new year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
So we have no, sorry, are there any other audience remarks? Anybody? No. Any funny jokes? Alright, since there are no more audience remarks and we have no need for executive session, again, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, and look for a motion to adjourn, please.
I'll
Thank
sign
you.
it.
And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And any opposed? Abstained? Alright, thanks for coming, everybody.